Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans. How are you guys doing this fine Sunday afternoon?
Waiting for you to get your stuff to get sent us this morning.
We're doing great, Neil. We're definitely not held hostage by an internet CGI intelligence.
No,
Internet.
of course not.
No,
That would be
that's
foolish.
not
Now, let's play D&D. Let's introduce our characters.
Neil?
Adrian, who are you playing today?
Hello, sorry, my internet is a bit wonky. I am playing a character as Dark Elf called, let me see, Mausim Uviltar, also known as Mousy. He's a elf with silver hair and golden eyes. He has survived the most out of all of my characters under the Shenanigans banner. But he also has about 6 HP. Start off with 2. So
Wow.
like I had a barbarian that I got 30, almost 30 HP first level before this character, and he died in the first session. Just to give you an idea of like how much Neo fucks with me. Anyway, yeah, that's
Live by the
not
sword,
me.
die by the sword. Fantastic. Why don't we leave Bork alone for a moment while he sorts himself out? Melissa, who are you playing today?
Why, I'm playing Melissa, a fresh-faced young elven cleric who's out in the world. Look out, world. Here comes Melissa, and she's good with Martha.
I already like Melissa. That was a good.
Oh, and just for the people that didn't see her before, she's, as always, accompanied by Virtue, her elven dog, and Good Intentions, that rascally little weasel.
And what is the name of your weapon?
Consequences.
And
Because
does your
evil
armor have
needs to face consequences.
Does your armor have a name?
I'm always protected by my armor, Faith.
is your middle name Metaphor or?
All
No,
right.
but we studied metaphors, and I got an A- on the test on them at Lady Faramir's School for Young Elven Girls.
And Bork, I know you're still being born right now, but can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Oh, you
All right.
one.
His name's Bark. He is our kobold bard. I after my awesome death with a bucket of chicken from last game, I said I was gonna play a true Shenanigans style character that had no use other than Shenanigans. So I decided we're gonna bring Bork to life. So
Well,
far,
Bork
going
with
to-
17 charisma.
yup.
And what are your other
We can-
stats?
Okay, so we have 7 strength, 12 dex, 8 con, 12 intelligence, 7 willpower, and 13 perception.
Beautiful.
Hey, Jonas, do say man, like if you don't sing, you're not gonna get out of this one alive.
Oh, I'm so dead then. There's no
Well, you
singing.
can
at it.
play an instrument. I mean, bard doesn't have to sing.
That's
Exactly right.
true. You could play a wind instrument so you can't sing.
Done.
Yeah.
All right.
I was thinking of getting in like an axe base or something. Like,
Be Eddie Van Kobold.
yep. An improvised weapon instrument.
Be like a one-man band. You know, you've got the guitar, and then you've got like the harmonica that's positioned over you, and you've got like some cymbals on your toes that you can keep tapping, and
It'd
maybe
be
something
awesome.
you can do with your elbows. I don't know.
Yeah, the drum strapped to my back, but it's really like just a tiny ass drum.
A tambourine on your head so you can just shake your head to make it go, but you can still play your harmonica. I dig it. All right, so this week in Shenanigans, the 3 of you are seated around a table, but it is not the happy-go-lucky place it normally is. Stop the happy music. This is a dark day in Shenanigans. Desmond's cousin, Hank, has died.
Not
His
Hank.
funeral is to be held today, which is the day before the national holiday, Day of the Grateful Dead, Day of the Grateful Dead is a holiday dedicated to appreciating what you have in life by pretending that you're dead and just not interacting with anything at all. You don't open doors, you don't talk to people, you just kind of wander about as an aimless spirit to appreciate all the good things you have in life. That's generally the purpose of it. So that's the backdrop for today. But today Desmond is here in the bar, and he has asked all those in attendance to mourn with him the loss of his cousin Hank. So everyone is sitting around talking about the Hank stories they remember, or as the case is with most people, talking about, well, who was Hank? I've never met Hank before. I think he was in here once. Oh, I don't know. If Desmond says we should mourn him, we should probably mourn him. I don't want to piss off Desmond. So
is this, Neil, is this like a national holiday? Would you say that students from the magic school are like off during this time?
Let's say it's a non-secular holiday, so it's a religious holiday. So if someone fails to show up to school,
so in the Middle Ages, then definitely it would be a day off.
Yeah, I don't know. We have a weird religion, like the gods are real sort of thing. But you also have like various types of religious holidays, right? You've got your Easters, and then you've got your, I don't know, what's a minor religious holiday that no one ever really pays too much attention to? You know, like Valentine's Day. Not, it's named after a saint and there's appropriate things to do, but no one gets Valentine's Day.
You don't pay attention to Valentine's Day?
I'm saying that no one gets the day off for Valentine's Day. Not even back
that would explain why Lauren always looks like she's in such a bad mood somewhere in the middle of February.
Yeah.
So back to my question.
The answer is people can take it off, and it is understood, but it is not a free day for everyone. So anyone can have it off, depending on how faithful you are to the gods. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm not actually sitting with these two, because if it's a day off, then Molly's probably half drunk, sitting on one of the tables and telling a story about Hank. Even though he never knew Hank, he's telling a very, very, very intimate brotherly story about Hank. Okay, so I think I'm not actually sitting with these two.
Do you want to tell us the story about Hank? You have a story about Hank?
Sorry about that. That seemingly the computer decided to turn on your stream.
Oh, wonderful. Good choice.
Yeah, just sentient computers. There we go.
Let's find more appropriate music. But tell us a story about Hank there, Mousy.
So, Hank was a great guy. He came to my house once. Like I really needed help, and she just offered a hand, and he only asked in return that I give him a hug. He was such a compassionate man. Also, side note, Malsey has a stutter. I'm not making fun of people with stutters. I found that I have to say that every session I play this character. And a drink to Hank. And I kind of raised my mug up high.
To Hank! Everyone kind of raises their mugs and nods around. Yeah, he's a great guy. Loved having him around.
His whole head in the glass, just like fits his whole head in the glass.
Just to have some fun, I walk around for the least enthusiastic person that crapped, and I'm gonna point towards him and say, that guy, he was Frank's good friend. He can tell you a great story. And I kind of sit down and kind of point to him.
I'm in too much pain and grief to talk about my feelings right now. I think I just need another drink. It pains me so to know that Hank is gone. Maybe Johnson over here can tell another great story about Hank. Oh, my heart. Oh, I'm so... Johnson, pick it up.
At the table. This game of tag is going great.
Something just occurred to me.
Yes.
Last I heard, Mousy was like completely covered in wrappings, right? He was just like wrapped up.
Are you a mummy man, Mousy?
Like a mummy.
Oh yeah, and I'm mostly a mummy man because my skin is gray for like an elf, and that's very weird. I don't like people to see that.
Oh, okay.
So he's wrapped up like a mummy.
I like
Basically,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Melissa, what are you doing during all of this?
She's just kind of staring at Mousy with this look in her face.
Is that charmed? Is that bewilderment? Is that love? What is that look?
Oh, look out.
I guess you've forgotten about Melissa's vice.
Oh, that's right. Melissa's got a thing for mummies. She's got a thing for mummies, Adrian.
Oh,
Watch out.
wow. So if
I did
see
forget
her-
about her vice.
I was already getting into it. So if I see her looking at me, I'm definitely gonna approach. Like, this is a university student because he's like Mousy is a student at Hogwarts academy uptown, and he's on break. He's always gonna be half drunk. So like he sees a girl looking at him, definitely approaches her.
All right, you approach Melissa. She's armored. She's got a weapon. She's got a weasel and a dog. A big dog.
They're 4 feet high at the shoulder. I looked at the complete book of elves. They're green.
I kind of look at the dog as if I'm meeting her dad, and then I look at the weasel, and I smile, and I look at Marissa, and I smile even wider. And I say, "Hello there. My name is Mousy."
Melissa looks down, and you can see her blushing. Hi there, Mousy. It's nice to meet you. I'm Melissa.
Now they've all got stutters. What is going on?
That's the Mousy game. I make all girls stutter. I offer to buy her a drink. And whatever drink she wants.
Bessie's milk.
Good choice. Did I tell you the story when we saved Bessie?
No, I've never heard that story.
I proceed to tell you the story of how Bessie was kidnapped and we fought some shit underground, found Bessie in a think necromancers or somethings where there.
Was that Mousy that did that?
That's my memory of it. You know, the first session or the second session that I played Mousy?
Was it okay? Yeah, I
By
can't
the
remember.
victor.
I think. Even though
We've all had so many different characters because there's such a fatality rate in this game.
I mean, even if not, I hung out with the people who did it for sure for a long time, so I definitely know something about it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I told you that story.
Okay. She's looking at you. Oh wow. Hey, you have kind of an elven accent.
I do? Well, that's a compliment.
A dark elven accent.
Oh.
I kind of take a step back. It's like, I take one of my rags and kind of do this, and there's like small puffs of steam coming out.
Yeah, Melissa's an elf. So
Yeah.
is why I'm having her sort of.
Yeah, I get it, but like he takes a step back. I have to go, and I
Hey, don't go. You don't have to go.
This is so awkward to listen to.
It's even more awkward to play.
it is.
Makes you know they're gonna make out and then they're gonna get married and
I stop in my tracks, and because I just want to keep this going for a bit more. I look behind, and I say, "Do you know?"
Well, I just kind of from the accent thought, are you a mummy too?
I kind of come closer and whisper, "It's not the fashion choice. It's to hide this." And I kind of like, I remove my things just for a bit, kind of like bend them to a side and he sees the gray skin, and then I put it back.
You're a bad boy, Mousy.
Oh, this is.
All right, at this point in time, Desmond gets up from the bar and says, "All right, so we're all headed down to the crypt now to inter Hank. Anyone who comes along gets free drinks for the rest of the day. So,
What?
out to the. Follow me. Oh God, poor Hank." And he leads the way outside.
Free milk. Okay. So we're supposed to be dressed up as undead?
No, what? No. You're just
You were
headed
saying
to
the whole Grateful Dead thing was we're supposed to like be dressed up as
the
dead
day
people
of
or
the
something.
Grateful Dead is tomorrow, and it's
Oh,
not
okay.
a dressed up as dead. You're supposed to like be a disembodied spirit and not interact with things to see how good you really have it. You know, you're like not supposed to open doors. You're not supposed to eat or drink. Just a bunch of, you know, just an appreciation for life sort of thing, like Halloween or a Dia de. Wait, I'll never pronounce this right. Dia de los Muertos, sort of thing. You know, some sort of dead life ceremony semblance, blah blah blah.
My Spanish roommate is currently not in, but I would have brought her in to check your knowledge.
I have no idea.
Do we get sugar skulls?
For a Spanish
No,
person.
there's no sugar skulls as part of this.
Oh.
Anyway, what's his name? Desmond leads the way and starts heading out of Shenanigans and down over towards the crypts, where his cousin is going to get buried. On the way, you see this guy. He's got this little cart with all these decorations hanging down from it all over the place. And in front of the decorations on these kind of table that folds down from the cart are all these weapons and armor of all sorts of kinds. And he's standing out in front of them saying, special offer! In honor of Day of the Grateful Dead tomorrow, we've got half-price weapons and armor, half-price adventuring gear, and half-priced healing salves. Would anyone like any of these? Want a longsword? Don't pay 15 gold for it down the street. Come here and pay 7.5 gold for it. Hell, we'll give it to you for 7. You want that chain mail? Don't pay 75 for it. Come on down to Old Crumala's, and you'll only pay, what's half of 75? I don't know. Let's just round it out to 30. Sounds like a great deal. Anyone want to come and get some half-price gear?
You said healing salves for half price?
Sure did, little missy. Now, they're no healing potion. I don't want to tell you that I'm a liar or anything like that, but these are nice little healing balms. You know, you got an achy joint, you rub it on there and let it sit overnight. You'll feel nice as right in the morning. No snake oil, I'll tell you. Real good for those aches and pains and those creaks in your back.
I kind of whisper into you. I could probably make you salves for even the rest than that.
Less than half price? Well, I don't think so. Come on down. Weapons and armor. You need a new mace? You need a new longsword? You need a new axe? I got all the things you might need. Half price, everybody. About like half of the marching delegation kind of wanders over to the stall to start, you know, browsing his wares.
Don't falter. You hold it against you. Desmond never forgets.
But half price swords, man. Half price bows. Half price arrows. How can you turn that up? Turn that down.
How can you afford to sell them all for half price?
Well, that's just it. I make very little money on each individual sale, so I make up for it in terms of quantity. We got lots of gear, so I'm just gonna sell it all and make a little bit of money. I'm not doing it for you, I'm doing it for the town. I want everyone to be safe, and what better way to get the town safe than by arming the local populace with weapons? Come on down.
Building
So
a temple to Martha?
Ramla will help you build that temple to Martha if you need weapons or armor or rope or anything like that. Hey, if you got a temple for Martha...
You asked what would be a better way to make the town safe, and I was answering, building a temple to Martha. This town doesn't have one. It's kind of a disgrace.
I mean, a temple to Martha will make you safe in spirit, but not safe in blood, you know? It's not like a temple to Martha is going to keep
spirit
the
is the
monsters
most
away.
important kind of safe.
That is very true, but Kramal is not here to make you safe in spirit. Kramal is here to make you safe in flesh. Now, speaking of Martha and the Gods, we also have some great Day of the Grateful Dead stuff. We got some strings of paper skulls, bones, or coffins you can hang up over your house. He says, pulling out the string of, like, paper skulls. We've also got some real long-burning candles. Long-burning candles that you can light up. Slide them up the day before. That way they can go all night long and all day the next day, and you won't have to worry about lighting candles and being able to see in the dark. Perfect for your non-working of the Great Day of the Grateful Dead. We've also got some door stops made of compressed earth, so you can, prop open your doors and they don't shut, making you have to open a door on this sacred holiday. And because they're made of compressed earth, they help you keep close to the ground. You can buy one every year right down here at Kamala Shops. You guys need any of your
compressed earth, just dirt?
Well, yeah, well, yes, it is. Clever little lady. But it's built in a doorstop shape to help keep the doors open.
Why not just use wood? Bark, bark, bark.
Or aren't we standing on dirt?
Well, you could, but you can't just take a clod of dirt and hold open the door. It'll just fall apart. This is compressed earth in a nice triangular wedge shape to keep the doors propped open. And you want it to be used.
You got a rock instead?
Well, you could use rock, but isn't earth?
I mean that's
but bodies are buried in earth. Don't you want to appreciate the Day of the Grateful Dead by using some grave soil to prop open your doors? Isn't that way more spiritual
You desiccated
than a rock?
graves to get this soil?
Well, no. I mean, no graves are desecrated, but earth is closest to grave soils rather than rocks. It's as close as we can get without disrupting the dead on this greatest of holidays.
What is Desmond doing at this point?
Desmond has kind of stopped with the processions, looking back at you guys and the other half of the procession that's come over to Kamala's shop.
Well, I should get going. There's just to show my support for Desmond and because there's free milk.
You sure you don't want a coffin made out of hay that you can prop up in your front yard and stand in it pretending that you're dead? All the kids love them these days. They're the latest rage.
That sounds like vampire nonsense.
I start moving back towards the processions.
We got decorative plates.
No, bye. Good luck with your sales, sir. Don't desecrate any graves. That would be wrong.
All right. He turns back to the customers who are actually wanting to buy stuff, and off you guys go.
Okay.
You head down to the crypt with Desmond. It's about half the remaining party left. Some words are said. It's a semi-moving ceremony. Desmond seems pretty broken up about it, and everyone's there to help him through. Desmond's wife is there, his daughter's there, Borsch is there, the whole Shenanigans crowd. Really, except for the half the people that didn't show up. It's a semi-moving ceremony.
I kind of whisper to Mel. It's like more milk for us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You guys get your free milk, and eventually everyone heads back to the bar.
Wait. So
You don't get the free milk at the bar?
can we hear
you
some
get the free
words?
milk at the bar. You don't get it at the crypt.
Yeah.
Can we hear some words, like as he's entombed? Does Desmond say anything?
Hank, and you're a rascal, but you're always there when I needed you. You always had my back. You always looked out for me and mine. So I guess it's time for you to go see your grandpa and my uncle, your father, and I hope you'll say hello to my sister, and while you're there, and take a good look in after her, and if you meet anyone that I've killed, tell them that they deserved it, and we'll honor your memory forever with a new special Hank beverage, mixed drink. We'll call it a hankering. That's what it'll be called, hankering.
Doing this impassionate speech, my hand somehow just slips past Mel's hand. They touch for the briefest of seconds, and then...
Oh, wow. Just make it more awkward. At a funeral? Really? That guy?
When the kobold's talking to you about manners, you know you've done something wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like Mel would appreciate this type of weirdness, so that's why I'm going with this. This is the game that Mouse is playing right now.
You're bad, Mousy. You're really, really bad.
My bandages kind of go a bit up in the area that I'm smoking currently.
You guys get back to the bar, please.
Is that the front of all the people standing there, and he's like, you just see him like crying and like wiping his single tear. It's just like, Bork.
Have you said anything other than Bork in game yet?
Nah.
Bork.
Why not use wood?
These guys don't speak kobold, so that's all that's coming out.
Wait,
How
do
do
you
you know
only
we don't
speak
speak
kobold?
kobold?
Tell
No.
me you speak common.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But I don't, like most of the time he speaks kobold.
Okay. Whew.
I speak kobold. I speak
I
kobold.
speak kobold.
Amish and common. Yeah, I'm wizard. I have a
Why
shit ton
do
of
you
language.
guys take kobold?
Because
there's
like half
so
the
many
people we run
kobolds.
into in this game are kobolds.
Exactly. There's so many kobolds in this game.
Damn.
There's literally 2 kobolds living in the bar that were prayed by prayers, but they're still
No,
kind of.
there's only
It's-
one now, Chucky.
Oh, what
Yeah.
happened?
Someone murdered Crewbarb.
What happened? Who? I'd imagine now.
I don't remember. Was it Rob?
No, it wasn't me.
Was it Greg?
I
think it was
I
Greg.
kind of think so. Did Greg just like push Crewbarb
Yeah.
down the hole?
Yeah,
Somebody
Greg
pushed
shoved Crewbarb
the
down
hole.
like 100-something foot hole, and he just tumbled to the bottom and broke every bone in his body and just became a big red splotch on the ground.
Oh, what?
I know.
That's no. That character deserves to be crucified in game. Like,
Well,
character is
that character died.
Yeah.
good.
Everybody died. It was a party wipe.
The whole party died to a red dragon. It was good.
Oh, yeah,
I almost got away, except for a bad die roll at the end.
Okay. When you guys get back to the bar, all the other patrons are eagerly looking over all the new gear they got. While Desmond Lee hopelessly tries to say last few words, but the bar the tin of people talking over about their new gear is too exciting, and his words kind of get drowned out, and you can see, like, just doesn't have the effort to rally everyone's attention, so he just gets off the bar and starts pouring drinks for people and keeps kind of quiet to himself.
All right. Well, I'm
I'll
gonna
be standing on the bar and I'll pat him on the shoulder. It's all gonna be okay. It's all gonna be okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go to my room, get my sewing supplies. I'm gonna get a square of cloth, and I'm gonna embroider "in memory of Hank" into it, and then I'm gonna use it to tie my hair.
Oh, how sweet of you. Does anyone else have any...
Going somewhere else there.
Hmm?
I thought you were going completely another direction there.
No, I made a Hank.
It's already being weird, so I thought it was just going to go next level.
No, I just made a Hank kerchief.
There's the Rob that I know. There he is.
All right.
Dad,
I missed you, Rob.
There are no adventures this day. It's just a Hank Remembrance Day. Unless there's anything you guys particularly want to do on this day, we'll just skip ahead to Day of the Grateful Dead.
When Hank rises up, and we run into all kinds of shenanigans because we can't tell who's undead and who's not.
Oh, that would have been a good idea! That's such a good plan!
This is why you should DM Rob, damn it.
Besides a couple of awkward encounters between Mousy and Mel, I don't think I want to do anything during that day, so we can skip forward.
Right. The next day is the Day of the Grateful Dead. As I said before, it's customary not to interact with anything and just appreciate what you had in life, but when you come downstairs and take a look out in the streets, you can see kids playing zombie tag. Adults are like standing in these hay coffins with their arms outstretched. And, you know, there's all sorts of like decorations flapping in the breeze. And the non-celebrating folk are walking around offering house cleaning services for those that are celebrating Day of the Grateful Dead. Desmond's standing outside looking at all these people doing their things. Just kind of shakes his head at you guys.
So we're not supposed to talk on Day of the Grateful
I mean, it
Dead?
depends on how much you want to celebrate. If you want to you're a faithful person who really wants to honor the tradition and appreciate what you have in life. The objective is to not interact with anything. But that's not, not everybody.
Wait, with
does
anything or anybody?
Either. You're supposed to like walk around as if you're a spirit and not, you're supposed to observe the world rather than be a part of the world. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But Desmond, seeing you guys kind of come downstairs and look outside, shakes his head and looks directly at you. Whether or not you're trying to participate, he looks directly at you and interacts with you by saying, I've never been fond of this holiday, but I remember when the people who were celebrating it really they played the part, man. They didn't buy all these knickknacks and doodads and throw up these paper things. That's not appreciating what you have in life. That's getting caught up in the commercialization of it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys if you're celebrating or not. Are you?
I look at him and say, business not going well, Desmond?
No, business is great. Couldn't be better.
No and yes, I guess. And then you just see me with a piece of chalk trying to like skull my face.
He looks to Melissa. How about you, little lady? See, that's what I'm liking. Be a spirit. Appreciate the holiday for what it really means. None of this. Maybe I'm just upset because Hank's dead. And he bows his head and starts to walk back inside. But as he is walking back inside, you guys see this dirty little child. She must be 7 or 8 years old, covered in dirt, with a tattered gown, running up to you guys with big eyes. Help me! Help me! Help me!
What happened?
The people. Food, water, help!
I immediately take out 2 of my rations and give them to her with a water skin.
She starts munching down on them, and then gulps down on whatever beverage you guys pass towards her, and starts to sputter. The underground, the factory, and the adults and the kids and the labor and the work and the no sleep and the work and all the time and I'm so tired. Help! Others trapped.
What factory? Do I know about any factory in...
There was a soap factory.
Soap factory? What?
The lava factory.
What's lava?
It was a soap factory where you guys had to deal with the hot lava.
Well, I don't remember that.
In the Underdim.
What?
Oh, okay. I remember this.
But help, adults.
I wasn't saying that to the child.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I remember the soap factory.
I kind of look at Mel and I say, you don't have anything better to do? I kind of shrug.
And Bork's steady in the middle, like just shrugging, like I'm right here. Like
I look at you
acknowledge me.
in Kobold, I say, you can come as well.
Okay. Like completely acknowledge, like just disregarding the fact he's third wheeling everything right now. He's just like, okay. Bork.
Kid finishes up her food and takes Melissa by the hand and starts to lead Melissa and the rest of you guys back in the direction of where she came. You see a bunch of people pointing and laughing.
Let me choose my spells real quick.
There are a group of people pointing and laughing at her, thinking that she's dressed up like a ghost. And you get the distinct impression that she tried to ask other people for help, but they kind of just thought she was in costume and in character.
I think it's just you, but you always use a little girl that's like an evil spirit. So I'm getting ready to die already.
Beautiful.
It's all right. I'll let those guys go first. If I survive, I get XP.
Well, one of the wonderful traits about a kobold is that they are always attacked last in combat, unless there's some
Exactly
reason
right.
why they're-
Unless I play them, in which case they seem to be first to be attacked.
unless they happen to be somehow a greater threat than everyone else. All things the same, they're attacked last or ignored. But Rob's kobolds are just too effective.
Overpowered. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not cowardly enough. They're bold, brazen beasts.
Uh-huh.
Well, what do we see, Neil? Where is she taking us?
She takes you down the street and into this barn, and kicks and points to a trap door that is left open. Points towards it. Goes down there. Adults, kids, chains, tables, work, work, work.
And who do you work?
Ooh.
Who?
I nod my head.
Gravitas.
Do we know who this is?
Scrub rats. Scrub rats.
Do we know what scrub rats are? I want. What are scrub rats?
He in charge.
Is he human?
Is there anything in the barn? Like,
It's kind of an old, empty, abandoned barn. Looks like it's been disused for a long time.
Okay, so we have a slavery ring here happening, I guess. I look at the other two and I say, "Want to go in?"
My character that had to deal with this last time is not around, so
Locke's not here to lead the charge.
Was there some sort of child slavery ring before?
No, but we went down into a
trap door with a scary
Come on,
child.
Oh, yeah. Trapdoor, young girl leading you down there.
It's nothing new.
Similar themes, totally different execution. You're totally fine.
I'm gonna wedge the trap door with a stick.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll scurry down there.
Okay.
Is there anything?
Okay.
Like, what's in this barn?
It's pretty empty. There's lots of hay, just kind of like lying around, old hay. There are some walls, partitions where you would have individual beasts that you would that would live there, but there's no animals in these places. There's some like strands of decaying old rope, a burned out torch, a few broken down old implements, like there's an axe whose handle's broken in half. There's a pitchfork whose tines are pulled in different directions, you know?
I'm gonna wedge the axe head in the trap door so it can't slam shut.
Is any of the old hay and bales?
No, it's all just loose on the floor.
Spread out, yeah.
Mm. Why is there a trap door in a barn? Because you don't normally have trap doors in barns. They just have dirt floors so that animals can pee on them and relieve themselves on them.
I'm
and
guessing that
shovel.
specifically. I think it's
It's a hidden
specifically
door.
to keep the slaves in.
But I mean,
hidden.
why would a barn normally, in any normal
Well,
circumstance,
this is
have a trap
the
door?
same, not that your characters know this, but this is the same barn that used to house the back door and whatever it used to be before that. So this one, like, barn trapdoor complex keeps getting recycled as the previous occupants just die, and then someone else finds
Wait,
it.
why,
It's
why
like,
would,
oh,
why would
great
the back
lair!
door shut down? It was doing great.
I don't remember how it got shut down, but it got shut down or ruined, or the owners got killed, and the rest of the people ended up getting driven off. These things just fade away, and as new characters come in, they end up falling into the same.
Got killed and had his own army.
Well,
It was the most well-defended strip club you could possibly have.
yeah,
Slay the king and the men disband.
With a gourmet meatball chef.
yeah, but there was another problem. I don't remember the details, but that was ages ago. That was months and months ago that it fell apart.
Well, I'm gonna go down there. After I wedge the axe head in the trap door, I'm gonna go down.
Right. You head down the staircase, turn a corner, and see this big open room with all these tables. And at each table is a small child who is busily working on some project. There's various projects all around them. You also see 4 armed guards who take note of the kobold walking in, give you like a head cock to the side.
Peek around the corner, so I'm not just walking in.
Right, but I mean, they still like see your head poking around the corner.
Yeah, the kobold.
Yeah. One of the guards goes, Cletus! What the hell is that? Is that a kobold? Why, yes, Brutus. I think that's a kobold. The hell's a kobold doing down here? Hey, feller! What you doing down here? You looking for work? Come on, we got work for you. Pays great.
It kind of just like looks the way it came, and he's just like shrugs, starts walking into the room. It's like, okay.
So you guys have seen Bork walk down.
So is it a ladder or stairs going down?
It's staircase.
Okay, so I'll go down.
I whisper. I whisper
at my
to
side.
Mel, like, we should stick behind and see what they do.
Can we hear the kids and can we hear this conversation?
You can vaguely hear the shouting.
Okay, well, I'll go down then.
Yeah, so I'll try and, I think, stick behind.
So how many guards do I see? And is there any, as I come in the room, is there any hidden, like, to the corners or stuff? So, like, obviously, you can see through at the door?
You see the 4, and then as you step into the room, you see what looks to be the foreman, the guy in charge. He's kind of seated behind I guess a desk would be the best word for it, on a raised section of the underground lair, watching everyone and kind of doodling some notes on a piece of paper. He nods approvingly as the guards call you over, and you start walking into the room. Between Mousy and Melissa, who's first down?
I'll go first. I've got armor and Mousy doesn't.
Yeah.
So you head down first, poke your head around the corner, and see the kobold walking over to these 2 guards who have their hands on their hips, watching while there's some other guards elsewhere in the room. They also spot you and go, "Hey, little girl, would you like to come in? We've got some work for you. If you could use if you need some money."
Are they calling me little girl?
Yeah. Aren't you like? I have the impression that you're like 15 or 16.
18. That's why she's off out in the world. Basically, it's 180, so she's in elf years, so like 18 and
yeah.
years.
But I guess elves look a little bit younger.
They do.
Yep.
Yeah, and if they can't see
She does
your ears
moisturize.
from your like poking your head around the corner or whatever, they might just assume you're a young human woman. Hey, little girl, you need some work?
I stop and look back, and I'm just like, I give the gesture of 5. And then I'll be like, yeah, 5.
Does he really mean 5, Melissa? Does he know how to count to 5?
Yes.
Does he?
Gesture of 5.
Bark.
Okay, I'm assuming with putting up the hand, he just like telling us to hold.
Okay. So, Melissa, what do? I'm behind you. Whatever.
Well, he's asking if I need work, so I'll go, ooh.
Excuse me? Come on in. We got some great work for you.
Well, I'm not going in because he told me to hold.
Well, don't listen to him. He's just a kobold.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Melissa is staying here because the kobold told her to hold, as far as she's concerned.
Yeah, I put up 5 fingers.
She's like,
well,
she took it as like, stop.
Exactly right.
Cletus, why don't you go get that little girl, bring her in here, find her something nice to eat, and put her to work like the rest of them. Can I get perception checks from everybody in the party, please?
Sure can.
Yes.
Perceptioniest of checks.
Not an old 20. I just realized this.
Oh.
What is going on, mate?
Perception.
Let me fix that.
16.
You can roll
Terrible
one.
roll.
22.
There you
I did.
go.
I got a 3.
You can roll one for me with plus 12.
We'll just wait for you to show up.
Okay, just gonna be like a minute.
That's fine.
Cool. I enjoy this. This patience. Okay, I'm in.
Move some cables anyway. Ooh, nice.
Ready.
So, Melissa, you spot this, and I think Mousy, you're maybe looking over her shoulder or trying to get some angle on the room to see, and you immediately spot it. But these children are tied to the benches that they're sitting at.
I mean, if both of us see this, I look at Melissa to kind of like, I'm taking a facial cue. Does she see this? Okay.
Yeah.
I will cast sweep on the guards.
Okay. So you step all the way around the corner and go to cast sleep. And
Yes.
why don't we find out what happens on the other side of our break? And if that doesn't work out, we're going to have to enter combat. See you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.